Mount Pleasant is a volunteer-driven organization. We've been around in this neighborhood for 35 years, and our goal is pretty much to empower our neighbors in order for them to improve their community, in order for them to build their capacity so they can run their own programs and their own activities, in which everyone also feels welcome. I am the community developer at the neighborhood house. What that means is that I get involved pretty much in all the programs of the neighborhood house in different roles. You know, some of them is mainly maybe just attending meetings and looking at projects that will be developed either with adults, women, some youth programs as well. I've been here for 7 years, so there have been many roles within community development work that I get involved. Right now, I am part of the Community Connections program, which the purpose of the Community Connection is to engage and connect newcomers and immigrants to other organizations within our community and our neighborhood in order for them to build their networks and be informed, and that way our goal is for them again to be empowered, to take leadership over their own life, and hopefully that will have a greater impact in our neighborhood. I will say probably for me, the first 5 years was the most difficult time, meaning the first 5 years of those 20 years in which isolation, not being able to speak Spanish. I did not come to Vancouver. So when I first moved to Canada, I actually came to Calgary. And then later I moved to Kamloops. I was there for another 4 years. And then later I moved here. So those first 5 years, what happened to me is I did not have a lot of people to speak Spanish with. So, for me now, it's like you go in the bus, you hear Spanish, you go to school, you hear Spanish. So it was a bit isolating and lonely to be there. I did not come here with my family either, so I have no mom, no dad, no sisters. So that, I will say, was the hardest part of my moving to Canada. I believe that I came here because I was looking for peace, and I was looking for a place in which I could be myself without much restrictions around, being a girl or being a woman and having certain roles to play, right? So I come from a family in which tradition of being a lawyer, a doctor, or some sort of professional career was part of where we come from. So for me, coming here meant I had a lot more choices or a lot more different careers that I could pick from. So if I had not moved here, I think anthropology or archaeology would have been something that I would have studied. So in a way, now I can look back and kind of embrace that I had that opportunity because I moved here. At the same time, I had to give something for it, and that was access to my family again, and access to the food and culture, which is very rich in Nicaragua. And that, it was like a negotiation, I guess. I gained all this freedom of my choice of career, but I had to give up a bit of my close ties to my family and my culture. I have continued to go back to Nicaragua. So Nicaragua still is part of my life, and it will never stop being part of my life. When I think of Nicaragua, I think of the rain. I think of summer rain, because Nicaragua is the tropics, so it never gets cold and it's never snowy. And so I think of summer rain. I think of the green. I can hear, the birds and nature. The people. I really miss the people. People in Nicaragua tends to be really down to earth and really open to other people and other cultures and learning. I describe Canada as a place of many, many opportunities, and a place in which you will be challenged because you will always be an immigrant. Again, I've been here 20 years and I still get people ask me where I was from. And pretty soon I will have been in Canada longer in my lifespan than in Nicaragua. So, but it's still, I see it as a place of opportunities in which we need to kind of be clear what we really want, and then we get the most out of it. I also see Canadian people as really kind and open-minded, willing to welcome us, welcome people from all over the world. What did I think at the moment when I packed my bags? My journey here might have been a little bit different than other people because I wasn't coming from Nicaragua. I was coming through Mexico. I had been in Mexico for a year before moving here. And what I remember, my pack was actually really small. My pack was just one bag, myself, and I had no winter clothes, obviously. And for me, it wasn't so much the pack, it was just what I was bringing with me in my head. And I'm not sure, what else I would have added to that. Maybe a little bit more experience. Maybe a little bit of a sense that I should have heard my parents more, and tried to tap in their teachings. Because when you're young, sometimes you don't understand all the challenges that you will be facing, right? So maybe I will add a little bit of that wisdom from my parents in my bag, and that's pretty well about it. I travel light. The role here at the Neighborhood House is to continue to grow our programs, to provide the best services and programs, encouragement that we can to newcomers and immigrants, to provide a space in which we're not just getting, people can have conversations. People from all over the world can have conversations. And something that I really like about my work here is that we do get a highly diverse group of people taking our programs. That to me, I want to continue to see that. I want to continue to see that in our programs. I believe that that's part of making Canada as well the place that, we are all welcome, that we can all connect, that we can overcome challenges of cultural differences, and understand each other more, understand, who we are as human beings, not just as a Nicaraguan woman or as a person from a particular country, but also just as a human being, and this is a safe place. So our goal a lot too is to make this neighborhood house a safe place in which people feel welcome. We have many other programs right now. Actually, something I want to tell you about is we have our 8th Metamorphosis Festival here at the Neighborhood House. Is going to be September 27th, and that is our biggest fundraiser. We get about 500 people that comes. It's an open house, so it's the opportunity to come and meet staff, check out the programs that we have fun. We have live music. There is actually 2 stages that we have that day, and we close 2 streets